Hello and welcome to the Art Post. I am Tejas. I have brought a program to review the masterpieces of art in the world among you. The program with English version of the Art Post regarding to the world arts produced and presented by Colonist in association with TMS Podcast and Being Creative Being can be watched on Colonist's YouTube channel and listen on TMS Podcast via www.anchor.fm/TEJSH-MAN-SHAKYA/ and other online podcast platforms anytime after 16:15 Greenwich Mean Time on the last Sunday of each month. You can also read at www.sculptejsh.wordpress.com. I hope that this program will be important and useful for those who study, teach, research and review the art of the world, as well as those who are interested in the arts. So please do subscribe, like, share and comment on this YouTube channel of Colonist. Also, don't forget to press the bell sign here so that when any of new videos are uploaded, you will get the notification immediately. Today I am reviewing on the sculpture entitled Little Dancer aged 14, created by the world famous French artist Edgar Degas for the November 2020 issue. Little Dancer aged 14. The bronze sculpture on permanent display at the Musée d'Orsay in Paris, the capital of France, is a replica of wax sculpture created by French sculptor Edgar Degas of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The original sculpture made on wax was first presented at the 6th Impressionist Art Exhibition in 1881. The great master Degas began sculpting his model Marie-Geneviève von Goethen, a student and dancer at the Paris Opera's ballet in 1878. The sculpture was made on a modern theme to illustrate the real life of the poor but beautiful French young women and dancers in the background of the lower class dirty workers of that time. With a volume of 98.9 by 34.7 by 35.2 cm, the sculpture was made from beeswax, clay, metal armature, rope, brush, human hair, silk and linen ribbons, cotton foil bodice, cotton and silk tutu and linen slippers on a wooden base, which is now on permanent display at the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., USA. The replica of the Little Dancer aged 14 in a bronze exhibited inside a glass showcase at Musée d'Orsay is 98 cm high, 35.2 cm long and 24.5 cm wide except the wooden base. The replica was approximately made between 1921 and 1931 using the lost wax casting method with patina and real silk. According to the various sources, after the death of the sculptor Degas in 1917, the Paris Bronze Foundry has officially made 30 replicas of the Little Dancer aged 14, of which 28 were made of bronze and 2 of plaster of Paris. All of these replicas are now in the possession of major museums and private collectors around the world. The sculpture of the little dancer is a very painful and deeply felt art in which a 14-year-old little girl is fighting for her dignity physically and psychologically, despite the difficult posture. In the sculpture, she is presented in a difficult posture of ballet dance. Her brown, patinated bronze head is high and slightly turned upwards with long, stretched out neck, half-opened eyes, celestial nose, slender cheeks, sheer lips, and petite round chin that reflects her innocent face. Light blue and black hair is falling down by covering the forehead above the eyebrows, which has tied back with a silk pink ribbon. She is wearing a bodice with cream patina from her shoulders down to her waist, and a free-tied pink silk tulle tutu from her waist down to her thighs. Her arms and hands are joined uncomfortably behind her in the posture of performing the dance, which has been patinated brown to show the color of her skin like her face. Similarly, she is keeping her right leg forward and bending her foot to the right in a difficult posture, whereas keeping her left leg naturally straight for balancing her whole body. She is wearing tight high stockings and tight slippers used for ballet dancing with brown patina. She naturally presents herself here as a ballet dancer on the square wooden base. As stated earlier, we are reviewing a bronze replica of the sculpture created by sculptor Edgar Degas, using natural beeswax along with the variety of other real materials in the Impressionist style, displaying at the Musée d'Orsay in Paris. Talking about the technical side of this replicated sculpture, it was cast in bronze by the lost wax casting method at the Paris Bronze Foundry. In French, this method is called chic peuvre, by which any sculpture is first made in beeswax, and then wax sculpture is molded using fire-resist clay or plaster of Paris. After then, finished mold is heated to a temperature of about 400 to 600 degrees Celsius, and the wax inside the mold disappears completely and creates an empty cavity with the negative imprint of the sculpture, in which 85% copper and 15% tin mixed bronze is poured, melting at a temperature of about 950 degrees Celsius. After the hot liquid bronze has been cooled, the clay or plaster of Paris mold is break opened, and the image of the sculpture, which was first made in the wax, is transformed into the bronze. In the same way, it has been patinated brown, blue-black, and cream after casting the bronze sculpture. In bronze, brown patina is created by applying a solution of copper sulfate, sodium chloride, potassium polysulfide, and water, while a solution of copper sulfate, copper acetate, ammonium chloride, and acetic acid produces a light blue patina on black. Similarly, cream patina is produced from a solution of ammonium chloride, ammonia, copper carbonate, and water. In French, this coloring process is called patine. While talking about Edgar Degas. He was not only a sculptor but also a proficient painter. Art critics so called him an impressionist artist, though Degas himself disagreed. He thought of himself as a realist. However, he was very close to impressionist artists such as Renoir and Monet. Degas created paintings and sculptures abundantly in his lifetime, which were often captured scenes from ballet, circus, brothel, and bar, with capturing the body movement of young women and their daily life. One of the masterpieces based on the similar theme is The Little Dancer, aged 14, with a simple depiction of the real story of daily life of ballet dancers, socialized with the French urban lifestyle of the late 19th century. Because of that, Degas also became a controversial figure who only focusing on young women, and Victorian society of that time considered to have violated the limits of modesty and decency. When the sculpture was first exposed in 1881, critics described the little dancer's face seems as a monkey and marked with hate speech. Though this sculpture became today's masterpiece and historically very influential art of the world, as an art critic, Paul the Sherry, praised this sculpture in first exhibition for its extraordinary reality and called it a masterpiece.